Hello Year 7. Today we're going to have a look more at the programming language that we introduced last week. But I want to start with a quick question. What is programming? So I want you to have a think about that. What do you think programming means? So we did a little bit of programming in years 5 and 6 with Scratch. And we've explored a little bit of the Python programming last time. So I would say programming is when you set some instructions for a computer, so you can give a computer some instructions. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start learning some of the instructions that make up part of Python programming. Okay, so when you write Python code, you have to do it in a specific program. You have to run it in a particular piece of software. Now, you can download pieces of software, and there are websites where you can write Python as well. What we're going to use is a place called sculpt.org to write our code. So that's the place that I actually showed you Python last week. This site's going to let us write our code and run our code all in one. So it's a nice one place where we can write and run our code. If you need to find it, then you type sculpt.org Python into Google and you'll find it. Okay, it'll look a little bit like this. So we've loaded it up and it's got some code on it already. What we're going to do is we're going to highlight that code and press delete, so we've got a blank page. Let's do that now. So let's bring it up. There it is. So I'm just going to highlight the code and press delete on my keyboard, and that's got rid of all the code. Brilliant. Okay. So now we've done that, what's next? So you can see in the bottom left of Sculpt, we've got the run button. So when we've written our code, we're going to click that run button to see what it does, to see if it works. So today we're going to look at the print function. Okay, the print function. Now I'm not going to give it away. What do you think it does? There's some code, so that code will work and will run. But before we build it, before we write the code, what do you think it's going to do? So just now, make a prediction. You might want to write it down. Want to make a prediction, write it down. What do you think that print brackets hello is going to do? Maybe you think it's going to print something out of the printer. Maybe you think it's going to speak the word. Maybe you think it's going to show the word on the screen. Okay, let's get building. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Sculpt and we're going to build it. So I'm going to show you how to build it now. Okay, let's get Sculpt on. There we go. Okay, so it was print. Now remember, all lowercase, and you'll notice when we write it into Sculpt, it goes red. Different websites, different programs that run Python might do it a different color, but on Sculpt it goes red. That's because it's a special word. It's got a job. It's what we call a reserved word in Python. So I've got a command, and when it changes color, that's showing me that it's worked properly. Okay, then I'm going to put in a curly bracket, some speech marks, and write hello. And then I'm going to close the bracket. So that's exactly what I had on the presentation before. Once I'm happy, I'm going to click run. When I click run, you'll see that on the right hand side, the word hello pops up. Okay, so you can see the print function showed it on my screen when I ran my program. So the print function is a way of showing a word or showing a message. Now in Python, words, messages, letters are called strings. Okay, so this is the string that got printed. The string just says hello. But your string can be anything. You can change that message. It hasn't got to be hello. It can be anything you want it to be. So let's have a look at what I'm challenging you to do today. So you can see there, if we ran my code here, but hello world, it came out in the box. So here's what I'm challenging you today. Bronze know how to print in Python. So you can follow my example. So you could say print, hello everyone, hello world, hello, whatever you like. Okay, first job is to get something to print properly. Okay, Then you could change it up a bit. Then what you could do is, right, I'm not going to do hello, I'm going to write my own message. So then you could write your own message, yeah? Once you've done that, take a screenshot of it. Take a screenshot, put it in a Word document for me, because I want you to submit it as well. Silver, I want you to investigate, how do you print multiple items? So you can print one line, one string. What if I want to print lots of strings? How do I do that? So I'm not going to tell you how to do that. I want you to investigate. I want you to have a play around with Python, figure out, how do I print multiple lines? How do I print multiple items? Gold, on that Word document I talked about earlier, you've got your screenshot of what you've programmed. Your print commands, you've screenshotted it. I want you to explain how the print command works. So for someone who's never done Python before, tell them, how do I use the print command? Explain, write an explanation for them, write a set of instructions for them to tell them what they have to do. They have to write the word print all in lowercase. Then in brackets, inside speech marks, they write the words they want to appear on the screen, and then they click run. Okay, that's your set of instructions. So you just need to set that out for me. Now, the challenge is going to require a bit of research. It's to understand and explain how Python treats integers, which are numbers, and letters, which we've already heard are strings, differently. Okay, so I want you to investigate. You're going to have to do a little bit of research to find out how it treats them differently. So you might need to use some Google skills for this. Once you've done that, I want you to submit it in the VLE. Best of luck, guys. I'll see you soon.